Hey man, what's your name?
I'm Bryce Segal. I go to UNT, majoring in communications. 20 years old.
What brings you today? What do you want to talk about? What are you trying to change?
Uh, Trying to change my procrastination. I'm a very known procrastinator in my family, so it's like me and like the last second, doing things last second is gonna be like something that I need to fix before heading out into the real world.
Okay. Does your family realize you procrastinate, or is it just something you've realized yourself?
I feel like it's both because I wouldn't say that they won't call me out on it, but they know that I do things at the last minute, especially like my mom, since she's always keeping tracks on me, and my dad. But it's something I realized more like in high school when I came up with like a saying of "do tomorrow" means do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So, when did you realize that it was a problem?
I'd say sixth grade. I had a project that I had the whole semester to do, but instead of doing the project, I'd go outside and play basketball with my friends. So then when that zero came through and I had a 12 in science, it wasn't pretty.
It's good that you realize. Most people will see things like this and then they'll keep doing the same thing over and over again and not realize the error in their ways.
Yeah.
It's good that you noticed that. So, has there any steps you've taken? Is there anything you've started before coming to me?
I had a friend back in freshman year of college. He helped me set up like a Google Calendar, and it's something that I tried to keep like on top of having a set schedule to do things, and it does help more than like people would think. But like once you do it once, it really falls into like a what's the word? A habit.
Okay. So have you've made it a habit to? Do you still do that?
Not really. I haven't done that in a while, but yeah.
Do you think that's a step you should probably implement back into your life?
Um, I feel like I only did it because I felt overwhelmed at the time of all the work since it was like my first year in college.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm like 3 years in, I'm getting more like accumulated and like all the work is more spread out than it was in like my first year. So it's not as much as a need, but it still could be very useful to me.
So what steps now at this point in your life do you think you can make to get you going on, to get you started on procrastinating less and less? Or is there people you can talk to that can help you stay accountable?
Steps that I've already implemented, like this year, I made like a New Year's resolution board. It was like a whole bunch of goals on it, and I feel like following that like by week is really helpful, and like especially with like the goals that I have for education wise and like career wise is really helpful. So like little things that like playing out themselves all together, or like mental notes or just regular reminders for my phone is also very helpful.
Mm-hmm. So the reminders is a big thing for you, just having the reminders?
Yeah, reminders that go off because more and more I forget, like because of how busy my life is right now. I forget what I need to do and what time stand. So like the reminders going off from like the websites or like the apps that I have is very like helpful for my memory.
And you said you made a resolution. That's good. It's good to have that. Do you feel that that resolution that you've made has you've been you've been on it, or do you feel that you've been slacking, and why is that?
Uh, I wouldn't say I'm slacking because it's like New Year's resolution. Like it's not something that's supposed to get done in the first half of the year. It's on good pace though, because like most of the goals they weren't really academic. It was more like personal goals that I wanted to achieve, and it's not really things that can be achieved like right now at this moment.
So just easy question, like why do you procrastinate? What do you get out of it?
Uh, Sometimes I feel like trying to work on things early, my brain just doesn't work properly because it's like I know that I can do it later, and it's like bringing down my mental to do it now. So having that rush is like kind of adrenaline to like help me personally. I don't know about everybody else, but it helps me personally like finally get like words on the document or like words on the paper. It's just really helpful.
So you wouldn't say there's a particular point that makes you procrastinators like, oh, I see this assignment, like I know I need to do it, I just rather do this. It's just there's nothing that makes you procrastinate. It's just how you've been wired.
Yeah, I'd say that's how I've been wired. It's always been my thing to do something in the last couple of hours or like the last day. This is just that the due date is like it's like a timer in my head, and it's forcing my brain to think only about the assignment instead of like other random things like what's going on in sports or stupid things like that.
So, do you have any concerns? Like once you realize you're at that due date, like what are your biggest concerns, and how do you look at it? Do you look at back like, damn, I shouldn't have done this. I should have took my time here.
I mean, yeah, there's always like regret, because especially like last year, I had a paper that I didn't do until the break, and it was due at the end of the term. So, like, obviously, there's gonna be regret where it's like, yeah, I could have worked on this throughout the whole semester. But then when I tried to work on it throughout the semester, I couldn't think. So things like that, it's like it helps me personally. Like just that timer going off in my head, it just makes my brain more clear, and it like gets rid of excess thoughts.
So you're saying that once you wait and take all that time, it's easier for you to think than when starting it right then and there and working on it throughout that time. You rather work on it at the end, and like it's crunch time. It's time to get it done.
Yeah.
That's how it is for a lot of people. So I mean, it makes sense. So, after we've been talking for 7 odd minutes now. So, what are the biggest steps you think you can take to change your ways, or just change a little bit? Not because it's hard to change instantly. Just what are the major steps you can start right now?
I feel like getting back on some type of schedule instead of just doing everything like freelance would be obviously like the biggest step that I could take. And like the way to just get back into that is just like going into daily habits, starting like random type of schedules. It doesn't have to be instantly on like homework and stuff. It could be like food schedules or like just bedtime schedules, things like that is like also very helpful. So starting little like minor schedules like that could help big to a nice little like plan of like each day. So it'd be really helpful.
So you believe planning each day is going to be the best course of action for you?
I wouldn't say each day, but like, because it's still like things like I don't really like working off a schedule personally. Mm-hmm. I'm more of a do it when I want to type of person. So doing things by a schedule, like not a full on like airtight schedule, but like reminders of what I need to do today. Like I feel like that's the best way for me personally.
Oh, so you would like to have still not a strict schedule, but a freedom in the sense of in your day. So yeah, I know I need to do this, but I want to still have freedom just in case anything can happen, anything pop up is what you're saying.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So just going over what you said, just the reason why you procrastinate is because it's easier for you to work towards the end when it's time to go, when it's time to get it done, rather than you starting it right then and there. And for you to get better, you think setting reminders, just still having a little bit of freedom, just knowing you need to get it done, that's how you see your procrastination?
Yeah, I'd say that's how I see it for sure.
So is there anyone in your life that can hold you just a little bit accountable, or no?
I mean, obviously, there's like people that I could count on, like family, friends, but it's more like I don't really like being told what to do in a sense of something that I already know that I need to do. So I wouldn't really trust literally anybody, especially like people who don't really know what's going on. It'd still be on me as a person to remember things like that.
Couple more questions. Lastly, just what made now so important to make this change?
Going into my senior year of college, so I'm gonna have to look more into internships and other career opportunities. So being on a type of schedule is something that's mandatory, like every career, every job. So procrastinating and giving out half-ass work is just not gonna be like a thing that would fly, especially in the career field that I'm trying to go through.
Okay. So last question for you. So how would your life look once you've made this change?
It'd be more proactive for sure, because there are days where I feel like I've done nothing the whole day, and it was like it was just bored the whole day, just filled with absolutely nothing. So I feel like with a schedule, it would help me as a person become more proactive.
Gotcha. Yeah, I hope you're able to make this change. You've put some great steps in place, and thank you for your time. I will see you next week.